Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Clayton. It's been at least 3 months since I've made any regular uploads to my channel, with the exception of my newest film upload from the other day, with that being Midwest Moment. The film was not selected by the film festival that I had applied to back around Halloween of 2024, and I recently got the email saying that it wasn't selected, and that was one of the major things that had gone on with my channel, in addition to some major entertainment news that had gone on between Thanksgiving and the New Year that I wanted to speak about without wasting any more time. I just want to get straight into it and talk about these things and my personal perspective on them, in addition to some things that have gone on with my channel. So the first major topic I wanted to speak about pertains to the LA wildfires. So for those of you that aren't too familiar with my channel, I've talked before about how I went to a major university where I'd taken film studies and digital media courses, where some of my professors were originally from LA and had been in that area. I would say that for the most part they were probably really affected by the LA wildfires, in addition to the other craziness that had gone on. News outlets had spoken to director John Turteltaub, who was the director of National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, and there was also the involvement of actor Steve Guttenberg from movies like Short Circuit and Cocoon, and Police Academy, helping out with firefighters, as well as Bruce Willis coming out and I guess kind of congratulating the firefighters for their efforts, despite the fact that he has been retired from acting with aphasia, which is a condition that kind of affects the way that you speak. And it's just sort of crazy that the wildfires have pretty much decimated a majority of LA. And I kept looking up online to see if they were any close to like Burbank or any of the other areas in LA that are synonymous with the entertainment industry. There's lots of major studios in Burbank and all these other areas. Lots of voice actors live in these areas, and actors and directors. And that was one of the major things I wanted to kind of speak about, and it's a big deal for a lot of people. The second thing that I wanted to speak about had to do with the TikTok ban and the exodus from TikTok to the app Rednote. So TikTok has been around since 2020. Of course, initially, to be honest, I've never really been sold on TikTok. Short form content has never really been my interest, and the algorithm is significantly different than YouTube, where it's more based on virality rather than the more compartmentalized method of making videos like on YouTube, where you have a lot more control over the type of content you make. And I've had a lot of friends and a lot of acquaintances that have made TikTok accounts, and they made videos on the app, but they've not really gone anywhere. They're not like viral sensations or anything. So really the point that I'm getting at is that TikTok has never really been my thing. It's even caused me to reconsider maybe going back and making new YouTube shorts again, because last year I said that I decided that I was going to stop making YouTube shorts because a lot of people felt that it was negative for the algorithm and that it was contributing to other factors like brain rot and slop content that is more based on getting clicks and views and generating money for people, which that's not really a thing for me. And yeah, it's caused me to reconsider making YouTube shorts again. I find it funny that so many people have gone over to the app Rednote, which is also a Chinese-owned app. It's just funny that people were able to make the switch so quickly, despite the fact that a lot of them were like, oh, we're not going to be able to move our business, and we're not going to be able to do this or that and the other. I mean, as far as I know, it's still going to get banned. It was just extended from the last deadline. But who knows? I mean, things change so quickly. I have no idea. The third topic I wanted to speak about is arguably probably one of the more important topics that are on my list. So on January 16th of 2025, the news had broke to the world that iconic film director David Lynch had passed away. Now, this was something that I had kind of figured would happen probably sooner or later. The reason I'm saying this is because probably about a week or so before he had passed away, I'd found a video from a YouTuber who had said that David Lynch was homebound with emphysema, which is of course caused by his many years of smoking, which is something that was something that he made fashionable, and it was always a sort of a trademark of David, in addition to, just other things and aspects of his life, like drinking coffee, making artwork, things like that. And I'm bringing this up because back in 2021, I'd watched my first two David Lynch movies, with that being Dune and Mulholland Drive. And those were originally two movies that were on my series on my channel, all the movies I watched, which I plan on bringing back sooner or later to the channel, despite the fact that the list is getting absolutely huge. And I recently watched, let's see here, since the 2020 pandemic, I've watched 500 plus movies, and that was something that I had spoke about. I think, I could be wrong, but I think I made a community post about that on my YouTube channel. I have to go back and look. But there's going to be a massive void now that David's gone. A lot of people have made tribute videos to David. A lot of people have broke down in videos crying, talking about how his life and his films impacted them. And I've been told before that some of my work is very Lynchian, and I had admired David Lynch, and I think we're all going to miss him. So the fourth topic that I wanted to speak about is one that I've already briefly touched on, and that has to do with the fact that my recent film festival submission was not selected. So the other day I had released my film to YouTube, Midwest Moment. It's a soundscape film experience. Preferably I'd prefer it if you'd wear really nice headphones or good speakers when you're watching my film. And it didn't get selected by the film festival, which I had submitted it to, the Big Muddy Film Festival, and I was really disappointed to hear that. I got in the email the other day, and like I said, I had originally submitted it back on, I think, October 30th of 2024, and there's a number of months where the films that are submitted have to go through a committee, and then there's a judging status, and then it gets updated by a certain date. And I was really disappointed to hear that, despite the fact that I recently heard some good news that some of my old friends from my film class are going to have their work shown in a art museum, which is kind of a big deal. And this news just broke no more than 2 years of me. Well, yeah, it would be 2 years because I graduated in May of 23, and it's January of 2025, so it's good to hear that they're finally having their work noticed. It's not easy for anybody. Of course, film festival rejection happens a lot more commonly than you'd think, but it's just unfortunate that would happen. But for time constraint reasons, that's the way that I understood why my film was not selected. My film was 7 minutes long, and I didn't want to cut it any shorter because I didn't want my film to be any shorter than that, and I thought that 7 minutes would be a nice condensed time frame to fit in the festival, and it just didn't make the cut. And so two of the last topics I wanted to speak about has to do with some new gear that I had ordered for my channel, with that being a dual camera drone that should be getting delivered sometime maybe this week. Hopefully. I had ordered it used, and as far as I could tell from the pictures and as far as I can tell from the images, the drone does work, and it does appear to be in good condition. I kind of thought that this would be a good learning curve because I've never really been able to fly a drone long enough to learn how to properly use it, because the other two that I have are complete garbage. I have one of those UDI RC drones, them little flimsy ones, and it's been kind of knocked around and damaged before. The previous owners got it stuck in a tree and then started, throttling the joystick on it, trying to get it to get out of the tree. And then I had a SEMA X8SW. I believe it's a 720p camera drone, and I had flown it a couple of times, and it had worked. Upon it, hitting the ground a couple of times, it eventually got to a point where it would keep doing a nosedive even after you calibrated it, and you couldn't get it to fly right, so I just stopped using it. So I'm getting a new drone, and then around Christmas, I'm waiting on one last item that I got from Walmart. It's a monocular phone attachment that has not really had the tracking updated on it, and I got that for the channel also for any future projects. And I wanted to maybe do a review for it on the channel, but I'm just kind of waiting for it. I think 3 weeks have passed and the tracking hasn't been updated since the 7th. So I'm just kind of patiently waiting for my new phone lens to come in. But other than that, these are the important topics I wanted to speak about. I think it's good to speak about these things because I've been gone from the channel for so long, and I'm sure people have been wondering what I've been up to. So with that being said, my name is Clayton. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.